This is called the third dimension. Okay? I have in my hand a third dimension. Okay, I can conjure up, need to be a third dimension in my hand. I'm not much of a liar, so I could just produce whatever I need to be from this dimension. But in the context of what we're going to do, and I want to make it absolutely magical, let's do a playing card. Okay? We're going to close our hand. And you can see my hand empty the whole way through. Okay? This was a real hit in all my events. I'm going to close my hand. It's like, what was that guy who did it? I forgot his name. I'm going to include him at the end. He gets credit for this. Anyways, my hand stays closed and it's not going to open. My sleeve is back, so there is no excuses. Okay? And now it's not going to go open again. Now, we're going to create a card. Okay? Let's first go with... Okay, let's first determine the suit. Okay? We got different options. We got red, we got black. They get a choice. Okay? Name one. They say red. Okay, let's go with red. From here, we got hearts or diamonds. Imagine nudging one of the choices towards me. Which one did you nudge towards me? They nudged towards me diamonds, and you left yourself the hearts. Okay, you'll keep the hearts. So let's say we got a heart card. Now there's low cards, middle cards, high cards, and royal cards. Name two. They name high cards and royal cards. We toss away the other two. We've got just the high cards and the royal cards. Okay. Name one, and we'll go with it. We'll just, we're eliminating as fast as we can. They name the royal cards. Okay, we'll just eliminate those because we just want to get rid of them as fast as possible. Okay, now we got the 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. Name two. Let's say they name the 7 and the 9, and now they toss away the 8 and 10, and now we got the 7 and the 9. Okay. This is where it becomes very important. I want you to nudge one last one towards me, okay? And then they nudge the 9 towards me, okay? I'll take the 9, I'll fold it with one-handed, fold it on up, and I'll put it inside my hand, okay? Imagine that I put that, you chose a heart, you chose a red card, you chose a heart, and then you chose, eliminating down all the cards, we down to the 9 of hearts, okay? Let's check this out. I did say I have a third dimension, right? Check this out. I go inside my hand, and slowly, ever so slowly, without my hand opening, I'm starting to remove, if you can see it, one card. Now I want to do this very fairly. I'm going to do it one-handed if I can. Okay. I'm going to open this up. Hopefully you can see this. One card. And it is the 9 of hearts. There you go. And I thank you. This is called third dimension. Let's get into the explanation. Believe it or not, people keep on saying this is one of the best things, like spectator wise, I've ever created. They go absolutely nuts over it because it's a simple premise. I give credit to, God, I keep on forgetting his name. I'll list it above, like I do with the red notes. I'll list his name above right here. And I also give credit to the guy who created Lloyd Barnes. Is one of them. Lloyd Barnes for his FU2 trick. It gave loose inspiration, or the original FU gave inspiration for this. Maybe it's around the same time my routine and his were created, but I do have to give credit to him because his routine is freaking amazing. I love it to death. And hold on, is anyone outside? Okay, no one's outside. And this one is just a beautiful, beautiful piece that you keep your hand closed. The premise being you keep your hand closed, or just one card, or basically just so basic that the revelation hits so hard, and I love that. So let's get to the explanation, okay? So we've got the card that we're going to force. In this case, the 9 hearts. You use 4 hearts, ace of spades, really whatever you want. And we're going to use a lot of equivoque. I'm sorry, we're going to use it. It'll work out. And you can read up on equivoque in many different sources, and I will include them in the link below on where you can learn more on Equivocate. That's not coronavirus. So as we were saying, what we do is we get the card that we're going to force and we fold it on up. Fold it on up. I tend to use, for this effect, I tend to use king size, and I get it soft, so you get the extra space and you get everything. And we get this force card, we fold it up into quarters even, and then we shove it inside the thumb tip. The king size makes it easier. And you can show your hands more cleanly. And then you shove it inside. Thumb, keeping the tail end right here, so you got this guy. You push all the way inside, but when the thumb comes out, so does the card. Okay? So, go like that, with a little bit sticking out if you want, whatever. There you go. Good? Good. So we got that. We got the force card. Now it comes down to a lot of equivocate and decision making by play, depending on how you do it with the spectator. Okay? Presentation-wise, we'll skip to the equivocate till it actually needs it. Presentation-wise, you have your thumb tip, you got the card loaded up, you're right here. You just have it in your back pocket, loaded on, you're already set for the routine. Cool. No reset, unless you want to swap cards. Okay, so, show your hand, your empty hand, thumb tip's right here, just chilling, that side. And you say, I've got a third dimension, if you want to say that. Or I like to imagine, I should have said, I like to think I have a third dimension in my hand, because I don't like to lie, in any context. And so what we do is, I say, I'm going to close my hand, and I'm not going to open it again, okay? I don't intend to open it. Well, you did. I'm going to be serious. When I close it, for real, I'm not going to open it. And so you show your hand very fairly empty, and then you slowly close it, okay? And you really don't open it until after the whole trick's over, which is great. It's all the focus is here, all the tension. How is he going to get it out? Where is he going to steal it in? His sleeve is rolled up. All the tension builds. And so now we say we think of a card. And this is where my gestures are really come into play. Gesturing like this, doing the thumb gesture like this. No one can see the thumb tip. I'm just gesturing like that. It's so cool. I'm just a spectator. Okay, I want you to think of a card, okay? I want you to think of anyone you want, and I can do this gesture. Just make sure the thumb is always pointing out, and they can't see it. It's good, so cool. I want you to think of a card, okay? It could be red. You could start with red, like being red or black, or you can start low, middle, high, however you want to. You just want to narrow it down as fast as possible to one card. Okay. So I want you to think of a card, either red or black. Okay, name one. And if they say the opposite one, you can say, okay, we'll eliminate those. We're going to be eliminating as fast as possible. And that's like the first elimination. So it gets their mind prepped that we're going to be eliminating the whole way through. Now it just leaves us with all the red cards. Okay? Now heart or diamond. And this way I alternated the elimination choices so they never know what's happening. They just know the card's being eliminated down to one. That's all they know. And they can't really follow along with the process because it feels so random. Which is what makes Equivocate so great. But because we're trying to nail an exact card in their mind with all this forcing we're doing, it kind of makes it tiring for magicians, which is why you can get tired of it if you do it too often. Unless you're really into that effect. Go for it. So we've now said the gesture. This is from John Armstrong. This is John Armstrong idea. I've got two right here. Imagine there's two on the table. I want you to nudge one towards me. And if they nudge the correct one, let's say it's 9 hearts in this case. If they nudge a heart towards me, great, I'll take it and we'll use this. We'll toss away the 9 diamonds. If they nudge the diamonds towards me and they left the heart for themselves, I said, okay, you gave me the diamonds, but you left the heart for yourselves, so we'll toss away the diamonds. And now we've got the hearts. Kind of cool, evil, it's great. So through that process of elimination, now we've got the heart. Now all we need is the number. So we've got the suit, we just need the number. Okay? I tend to do low, middle, or lower cards. You can even do this. Lower cards, high cards, or royal cards. That makes it easier. I should have just done that. It's like the 4 choices, but whatever. Low cards, middle cards, or high cards. Low cards, high cards, royal cards. There we go. Low cards, high cards, royal cards. And it makes it easier to eliminate. Okay, name 2. So we get 2 right off the bat. There's a chance you might be able to eliminate both and get to your chosen one. So let's say in the off chance that instead of choosing the two wrong ones and then we get to the right one, let's say they name the high cards, which is the one we want, and the royal cards. Okay, you would say, okay, we eliminate all the low cards. Okay, and then the 2 gesture, nudge one towards me, and let's say they nudge whichever one. We use the John Armstrong gesture to eliminate down. So what we would say is, oh, you nudged me the high cards. Okay, we'll use those. Or in the same way, you could use it only twice. I would only use this gesture twice. Or maybe 3 times. We might use it 3 times. I don't know. We're pushing ideas, but we're just eliminating so fast that the spectator doesn't even understand it. So we say, okay, so you chose the high cards. You took the high cards for yourself. Okay, we'll toss away the lower ones, so we can maybe get example of the gesture, or in the case that the high cards were pushed towards us. Okay, you take your cards and throw away all the royals, and then they do so. We're eliminating. So now we've got the 7, 8, 9, 10, because royal cards would be Jack, Queen, King, Ace. Okay? So 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do one last process. Eliminate them down, eliminate them down. You know the gesture. You can get a loose idea of what it is. And I'll give, again, resources below for more ways to eliminate than I am currently mentioning. So we get it down to the 9 of hearts. We would say, first we chose the color, which is red. Then we chose the suit, which is the heart. And then we chose the value, which happens to be the 9. Okay? So you go, okay. Just think about it, and you get them to think about it. So now it becomes the effect of the card they thought of. They named and thought of. You named it, now think of it. Think of the 9 hearts, okay? Notice and you can check it out. And you go to another spectator and ask, hey, did you check this out? My hand's always been closed the whole way through. Yes? And they go, yeah. Have I ever moved it? Got anything? No, it stayed right there. You do this in silence if you want to build it up. Got your card right here. Come in. Because what you would normally do if you were really doing that is you just go inside. Leave the thumb tip inside, doing the Rico's insertion. In reverse. Rico's reverse insertion. And pulling out that card. That was inside the thumb tip. And now you're going to do this one-handed. I know it's a little bit difficult, but it adds to the effect. If you want, you could reload it, but I tend to do this one-handed to build up the effect. And no one cares about this. They just want to see the card that's revealed. What makes it easier is after you open up the first fold, you can use your 3 fingers, the first 3 fingers, and then your thumb to push it open. You could make it rudimentary as you want. And then open it up to show the 9. And reactions will go crazy. Promise. We then, to clean up, you come together briefly as they're reacting. They're seeing this, they're reacting, and they don't even think about the cleanup. So you briefly just, your thumb contacts the thumb tip right here, which is held by the hand right here. Just briefly comes together, thumb adds on the thumb tip, and then you act like you're wiggling a card to confirm it, showing your hand empty, and you're basically clean with the thumb tip right behind. You can hand this card out, just toss it there, and you're clean. You can ditch this whenever you want to. There's no pressure. People are just amazed by this, and you could do this gesture if you really want to clean up. Unnecessary, but if you feel like people are still going to burn you, how? Because they're not focused. Some guy is really trying to burn you and not focus on this, which is very, very 99.5% unlikely. Then you can just do this gesture, boom, and no one cares. Look at them, they're looking at you. They won't even look here. You're done. Unless you added so much tension and heat that they are burning it and you're staring down at it, then you're creating heat yourself and you're the one who's causing this whole trick to fall apart. Relax, and you have nothing to worry about. This is the third dimension, one of my prized pieces. I hope you enjoy it.